right, Mr. Daves, why is this case sought?
Yes, Your Honor. It's a forcible detainer based on non-payment of rent. The rent is $1,200 a month. There's no issue or contest that she's occupying unit 101 with an agreement to pay rent in that amount. She's been advised in the past of late payments. She's acknowledged past amounts due. The ledger records that we have show that she made partial payments for multiple months in 2025, and she's made no rent payments in 2026. When we look at the ledger, which we've provided to the court, we find that the shortage in 2025 was $3,297. From January of 2026 to date, you're looking at $7,200 with a prorate of July of $232.25. The total owed is $10,729.25. And the evidence will show, Your Honor, that a notice to vacate was sent. It was sent on June 5th, giving the defendant until June 9th to vacate. She's not done so. It was sent certified mail and regular mail with a certificate of mailing, and those are attached to our notice to vacate.
All right, Mr. Daves, so you're seeking outstanding rent in the amount of $10,729?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you
And
seeking anything?
possession.
And possession, obviously. Are you seeking anything for your time? Mr. Daves, are you seeking anything for legal fees?
Well, Your Honor, we didn't have, we can't find the lease, and so I technically, I'm not going to ask for it since I can't prove it.
Okay.
The entitlement to it.
All right. Good afternoon, Ms. Tennyson. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Mr. Daves is representing the landlord, Lee Egger, and Mr. Egger or Mr. Daves says that this is case based on the non-payment matter. So my first question is, under the lease, is the monthly rental amount $1,200?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And then Mr. Daves says that there's been partial payments made last year, but that there's been no rent made in 2026. So let me ask that in two different questions. Have you paid rent since January of this year?
I paid it up through June.
How much have you paid?
$1,200 a month.
When is the last time you made that payment?
It was June 1st.
How did you pay on June 1st?
Usually Miss Lee comes around and picks up rent, and that's what she did, and she picked up cash, as she always does.
Do you have anything to prove that you paid your rent in cash?
Yes, I do.
What do you have for that?
I have rent receipts.
Have you provided those to the court?
I can send them over right now.
All right. Who gave you that receipt, Miss Tennyson?
Things just got interesting. The landlord says the tenant owes over $10,000 in unpaid rent, but the tenant completely denies it and claims every payment was made in cash. Even more surprising, she says she has receipts for every payment. If those receipts are authentic, this eviction case could take a dramatic turn.
Miss Lee did.
What months do you have the receipts for?
This is going back until January. I didn't know how many you needed.
Ms. Tennyson, is it your sworn testimony that you've made payment in full on time for the entire entire year of 2026?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it your testimony today that you have no outstanding arrearage or balance to the plaintiff?
No, I do not.
Mr. Daves, this seems quite a bit of a discrepancy here.
Yes, Your Honor. With respect to that, I have two things that I'd like to provide the court with. One is, if she's still here somewhere in the room, is Ms. Egger's agent. It's her niece who is assisted in this and has communicated with her as well as I have. And Ms. Kim should be on there.
I'm here.
If she's not, I can have her provide the information she may have, but I can also tell you this, Your Honor, on plaintiff's exhibit, I believe it was marked as 2. It's the notice to vacate. I attached to the back of that notice to vacate a handwritten document from Miss Eggers. And I did this to show that that she was aware of delinquencies and that she needed to pay
All right, Mr.
for
Davis,
purposes of the notice to vacate.
let me share my screen. I see that exhibit. Let's take a look. All right. Gonna share my screen, so it may get a little wonky for y'all, but let's all look at this together. So here is what was what was provided by the plaintiff at the time of the filing. This is the notice to vacate. It's 6 pages. The letter is not 6 pages, but there's 6 pages together. So I'm gonna quickly show you all 6, and then we'll come back to the first one. But here's page
And Your
1,
Honor,
page.
for what it's worth, Your Honor, the page that I attached was in the exhibit that I sent to the court more recently since the petition was filed. And I added that just because of the matter of, did you give
Okay.
a notice to pay or quit,
Mr.
or
Davis,
just straight up?
let's take a look. So this is what I've got. It's 6 pages. It was filed yesterday, or it was filed this morning.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
The first 2 pages are the notice to vacate. Here's the notice to vacate from John Daves. Here is an affidavit of service. Here's the certified return receipt, right? June 5th, 2026. This is
I honestly don't know.
June. This is June. So these tie together. Okay. And then there's this one. This is another affidavit of service in June. Here is that
Yeah.
return. And then Mr. Daves, this is the item that you're trying to draw my attention to.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now,
This was, I'm sorry,
Mr. Daves, who wrote this handwritten document? Who created that?
Miss Eggers did.
Ms. Eggers, do you recognize this document?
And Miss Eggers is not here today, her agent, and I have an authorization for her as agent if the court needs to see it, but that's Miss Kim who is here today, her niece.
What does
She's
this
seen
say
it.
at the, Mr. Daves, what does this say at the top?
It said, well, her English is not that great, and she's 91 years old, and the word rent means rent,
Okay.
and money, rent, I believe that meant money, and she has scratched out the 1,300, that was the deposit, but $1,200, and then she goes through everything for 2025 that hadn't been paid. Parts of each of those months was paid, but for instance, when you go to May, it says only 1,000, meaning she paid 1,200 no pay, and she does that throughout the subsequent months through December. And then she showed that to her and asked her to sign it to acknowledge you owe this money. And that's her signature, the defendant's signature down there at the bottom of it.
Why did she have her sign this?
To say, hey, you owe me money. I want you to know you need to pay me. That is presumably what she did. And she went there. And since then, she hasn't been able to get through anybody. She went over there one time and she was run off. I don't know who ran her off. I'm not saying Miss Tennyson did, but there's a number of tenants over there. And when she goes over there, they tell her to get lost.
No. What?
So, Mr. Daves, can you tell me, I mean, looking at this, right? The balance doesn't get bigger. So what happened here? She didn't pay $200. Did the defendant ever bring that current?
She did not pay any of these amounts that are here. And Miss Kim spoke with her aunt about this. And so this was money that she owed and she never paid. And then it's hard to give a receipt on something. I don't know what these receipts are that she's talking about. I've heard zero about payments made. In fact, that's been the big payment that Miss Kim, who's 91 years old, up in age, is having a hard time dealing with the management of this property, getting money from people. But
Maybe I'll have some call.
and Miss Kim may be able to provide additional insights as well.
Your Honor,
Yes, Ms. Kim?
hi, this is Ms. Kim. The plaintiff has totally lied about paying the rent.
You're the
She-
plaintiff, Ms. Kim.
I'm sorry, the defendant.
plaintiff.
I'm sorry. The defendant
Okay.
has totally lied about paying. She has stayed there and has paid nothing. My aunt is no longer driving, so I know she didn't go there in June. I was there in May when I attempted to go there, and her friends basically threatened me to leave. She
Mr.
has
Daves,
not. She has not had any payment.
Ms. Kim, I appreciate that. Mr. Daves, are there any historical records to back this up? Because what I look like are 2 exhibits created for court. And if it went on all this time, is there not anything between the parties in writing that says you owe me money?
Well, that's what I think this last thing is. She's regurgitating what you owe me. You paid me
And I-
some of these months, but not others. And so she says, isn't that right? And yes, it is. She signed off on it. To me, this is an acknowledgement document showing you owe me this. You got to do something to get caught up. And I want you to acknowledge that you owe me this. And she said, yes. And so that's the closest thing that we have to anything in that regard, Your Honor.
Any idea how the defendant made payment prior to missing payments or making partial payments? How was she
I
paying the
believe it was
plaintiff?
by cash.
Anyway,
And Ms.
Anyway.
Kim, tell me if that's the case, that's how Ms. Eggers would collect her rent.
That's correct. That's correct, Your Honor.
And did you give her receipts?
She did.
I asked that, Your Honor. I don't know of any receipts. She doesn't know all the ins and outs, I guess, of requirement to do that. But nevertheless, I don't think the defendant has shown any evidence that she did pay it. She says she's got all these receipts. I'd love to see those receipts.
Mr. Davis, I asked the same thing, right? So I'm right.
To a window.
All right.
Nope. It's
All right, Ms. Tennyson, have you been able to provide those receipts
parking
before?
lot, empty parking lot.
Yeah,
Now the case has become a battle over evidence. The landlord's side claims the receipts are fake and even suggests they may have been created with AI, but in court, accusations alone aren't enough. Without solid proof that the receipts are fraudulent, the judge has to evaluate them as legitimate evidence. This moment could decide the entire case.
I sent them to the clerk
When was that?
just now.
All right, we're gonna put this case on recall because it's gonna take a while for those to come through our firewall. So Mr. Davis, if you'll stay with us, I'll probably get through 2 more cases and we'll come right back to it. Ms. Tennyson,
Your
Mr.
Honor, can I say a few things?
Ms. Tennyson, honestly, you've said enough. If you have proof that you got a receipt
Okay.
for cash, then basically you may have won the case,
Okay.
right? What would you
Yes,
want to tell
ma'am.
me?
I just wanted to alert you that you're actually the judge who illegally shut off our master meter water for 6 days due to her non-payment. And you're actually the judge that had to do the restoration.
Okay. Ms. Tennyson, that is not a defense though, right? It is absolutely possible that you didn't pay your rent and the landlord turned your water off as a retaliation. Both of those can be improper. What I'm saying is that the landlord has given me historical records saying that you owe rent going back last year. And he's got a handwritten document and a letter from his firm saying you owe money. So in order for you to combat that or come back, I need proof that you've paid. Plaintiffs already
Right.
admitted that they let you pay in cash. So you said you have
Yes,
receipts.
ma'am.
So if you
Yes,
can
ma'am.
produce for me receipts showing that you've been paying in full, it's going to be a plaintiff take nothing because there's no, I take you both as equal and he will not have gotten more likely than not because you will have rebutted that with evidence. So that is what you said you've sent and I'm going to wait for those to come in. All right.
Okay.
All right. Put it on recall. Don't go anywhere. Oh,
Judge,
Tracy,
those have actually been added to the case. If you refresh, they should be there.
okay. 'Cause the first thing I saw was some pictures. All right. Fantastic. Then we don't have to go to recall at all. All right, let's take a look at these items together, y'all. So we've already looked at plaintiff's notice to vacate. These are 2 pictures. This is 2 slides that came in from the defendant. All right, so here's the first page. It looks to be a photocopy of 2 receipts. And then the second one looks to be 4 receipts on a piece of paper. All right, Ms. Tennyson, I'm gonna take a look.
All right.
Starting with this one. Mr. Davis, I'm gonna zoom in a bit. So this one at the top,
Thank you.
receipt 1, 2, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see that these are identical in order in the receipt book. Mr. Davis, does your client have more than 1 rental property?
She has this fourplex with 4 units in it. I don't know if she owns any beyond this one. Ms. Kim
Okay.
might be able to address that.
All right. So this one, 2, 3, 26, Lee Egger, 1,200, address, dates, by. Ms. Tennyson, is this your signature on the right-hand side?
On the right, yes.
And whose signature is this on the left?
Leslie Egger.
Okay. And this is the receipt you received, and this top one is from February, the bottom, this one is January. This one is April. This one looks to be May, the first page. This one is June, 1,200, and then if I flip it over, this one was March. This one's a little bit clearer for me to see. Mr. Daves, I understand that Ms. Egger is not here. Ms. Kim, do you recognize these receipts?
I'm sorry, Judge, I was on mute. No, I do not. Those are not my aunt's signature. I don't know where she got these receipts. She made them from AI. I don't know, but these are not reliable.
Your Honor.
No.
Mr. Daves, on their face, I have no reason to discount or discredit this. Do you have Ms.
Your Honor.
Egger who can testify?
Your Honor, what we do have is Miss Egger gave me to whom it may concern that Patricia Kim had her authority to be her agent for this matter, and she signed it. I'm not a signature expert. I can show it to you for whatever it's worth if
I
you
didn't
want
have
to look
anything.
at it
Did
and
you ask
see.
me
They
to-
don't look identical to me, but sharing not turned on. Send request. I just did that. Let's.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not certain how this share works on my Zoom. I just got a new computer and reinstalled Zoom.
In
Says
the bottom,
it's-
Mr. Daves, if you hit share, it should give you an option and we'll enable it for you. So just give us a minute. Sometimes
Right.
we don't let everyone
Uh,
do it. Then, you know, then
It does give me share. Now it's got a bazillion things off my computer showing up. Let me see if I can find what it is with this micro vision that it's showing.
oh, I
me.
hate that. All those little bitty baby ones.
I know.
One thing.
I'm going to just push share. There's nothing
Add
super
over
tough about this. Let me see if it comes up. Okay, let's see.
Included with the NSB.
You now see your screen. Your Honor, can you see my cursor? Do you see this rolling around on my, or not? I don't know.
I see it.
So that's her signature. I mean, I don't know how to compare them, but it looks like on the first G, she makes a straight line and not two G's and full complete circle G's. And I think on some of those receipts, it's complete circle G.
Your Honor, I have a witness.
I'll be out.
Mr. Daves, I appreciate that. I'm not comfortable filing in favor of the plaintiff today. I think defendant has provided me with what looks to be on its face evidence that she paid in cash and received a receipt. I grant you. Who is talking? Whoever that is needs to mute because that is very frustrating. Mr. Daves, if you'll stop sharing, I'll give you some outcomes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, also while we're here, I mean, I'd see where it's going. I get it, but
You're still sharing your screen, Mr.
ask?
Daves. Mr. Daves, you're still sharing your screen. You just closed. You got to hit
Okay.
stop sharing because I can
Stop
see your
share.
email.
Sorry, there I
No,
go.
no. I want to make sure because things come in and
Thank you.
we've
Thank
all
you.
been there. You're not doing, you look great. No one's a cat today on Zoom. 2 thumbs up for everyone. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Daves.
I was just going to ask while we have the defendant here, may I ask or ask the court to ask what the term of the lease is?
Ms. Dennison, what is the term of the lease?
From June to June?
Okay, so it's up now. It's already expired now that we're in July.
Ms. Dennison, is that correct? Your lease came to an end at the
Yes,
end of
that's
June?
correct.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
All right.
okay. Thank you, Your Honor. We'll
All right.
have to go another angle.
I appreciate that. Mr. Daves, thank you. Ms. Tennyson, thank you. Ms. Kim, thank you as well. Lots of information here. Today it's going to be judgment for the defendant. I do at least have a question of fact there that is sufficient to raise into the court. So for that, we'll say insufficient evidence. I'll put the appeal bond at $1,200. Ms. Tennyson, all parties are excused. Parties are then free to pursue or resolve or do as you like. But
Thank you,
again,
Your
Ms.
Honor.
Tennyson, Mr. Daves, there is a chance party can appeal. And Ms. Tennyson, I'll highlight that the landlord can do two things. The landlord can appeal Musk's decision and give you a new notice to vacate or move forward with a new filing for some other cause of action, either non-payment, holdover, or anything else that they believe applies, okay?
Okay,
Understood,
thank
Your Honor.
you.
All right, any questions?
That's it.
No, Your Honor.
Thank y'all very much. Then all parties are excused. I really do appreciate it.
Your Honor, I'm gonna hang around, and Miss Kim will too, because I think we
In the end, the judge ruled in favor of the tenant because the landlord couldn't prove the rent was actually unpaid. The receipts created enough doubt that the court found the evidence insufficient to order an eviction. However, the judge also explained that the landlord still has the right to appeal or file a new case with stronger evidence. It's a reminder that in court, documentation can make all the difference. If you enjoyed this courtroom breakdown, don't forget to like, comment your opinion, and subscribe for more real courtroom cases and legal drama.